Hey YouTubers, it's eveRide. Now you might think you know what content quality means and how to achieve it. And if you do, then that's great, but what if you really don't and you're suffering for it, like I have done? What if you're great at getting views because you title your videos wisely, but people leave after 10 seconds without hitting a like or subscribe button because they're bored? Hopefully, this video provides some insights into how you can lock yourself into making the best content you can and pushing yourself to rise above the average, because you just won't experience much growth if you stay average. Trust me, I know. First of all, welcome back to my series playlist of the top 15 tips to grow your YouTube audience, get subscribers, maybe make a bit of money, get a little fame, pad your resume, impress your girlfriend, or do what most of us do when we start out with YouTubing, just make a lot of great friends in an awesome community of people with the same interests. Now, if you haven't seen the first videos about audio and video, then you may want to check those out first. This video will be all about content quality. Now, content quality is subjective, which means it varies from person to person. Just look at some of the most popular videos on YouTube and in motovlogging, and their content can be pure crap. One thing that you must ask yourself is, what does quality look like for me? If quality to you is an unedited rush hour commute where you ramble about toenail fungus with a 10-second wheelie at the end, then that's what works for you. If quality means uploading in 4K, storyboarding, bringing loads of camera equipment, and using every painstaking technique in the book to get perfect audio with tons of external shots and beautiful scantily clad hula girls, then that's fantastic. To me, top quality means the latter. Now, just because to me some of Accidental Broadcast's videos are the embodiment of the perfect motovlog, that doesn't mean that I can do what he does. I don't have the money or the technical savvy or the experience or the location or even the hula girls to be Accidental Broadcast, but I do have a bit of time and gobs of passion to try to learn to do what he does and try to emulate him in some ways, so I can do my best with the equipment that I've got. I do this proactively in two different ways. First, that I come up with a list of topics to motovlog about. You must resist the urge to just upload random blah blah blahs and ums and ahs just because you filmed a ride. People will bail on that. Think of something interesting to say that your audience will value, then say it. And if it doesn't come out smooth, then trash it and try again. I trash probably 3/4 of all motovlogs that I ever record because my ADHD gets in the way and the delivery turns into garbage. The second thing I try to do is make everything relevant to my audience. First of all, and this may or may not be a surprise, but my audience is not the single wheelies on a supermoto teen to 20s audience. Far from it. My audience is actually the 30 to 60-year-old midlife crisis, I need an adventure immediately crew, of which I am proud to be a part of, and I know exactly how they feel because I feel the same way. I found this out by looking into my analytics. I don't do wheelies because my audience could care less about that. I don't swear because my audience typically doesn't jive with that. And when I think about it, my main audience is me. So I try to put stuff up that I'd like to see, and usually that translates to what my 30 to 60-year-old friends also want to see, because I'm one of them. One way that I do this is to try to get rid of everything in my videos that isn't in some way of value to viewers. Is it going to make them smile, laugh? Is it going to teach them something, make them see something in a different light, show them something beautiful? If not, then it's usually cut out. Ride Victoria and I had a rare private hangout a while ago, and we discussed the growth of our channels, and we both fully understand that if we got sport bikes or supermotos, if we got better at wheelies and did them all the time, maybe told wild stories, ran from the cops, and, engaged in other entertaining acts of hooliganery, then our channels would probably grow like wildfire. However, that's just not us. That's not who we are or necessarily even what we enjoy. So we do what appeals to our core audience, which is us. And that sometimes overlaps with the hooligan fans, but mostly it's just guys like us. Guys with real jobs and who have a massive craving for adventure. Guys who teach mentally handicapped kiddos and help ladies in wheelchairs. So we could shift gears and start making videos that portray us as people who we're not, and we'd have tons of success from it. But what's the fun in that when you're not yourself? So now here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bagging on supermotos or sport bikers or any kind of active hooliganery, but if you follow my channel, you already know you're far more likely to hear a story about a life lesson that I've learned or come along on a goofy and slow adventure through the desert than see me do any wheelies or talking about scrotums while running from the cops. So, even within the motovlogging world, it's just totally apples to oranges. And though I respect them both, I'm far more of a half-throttle type of guy than a Jake the Garden Snake type of guy. I'd rather watch Top Gear or Long Way Around than Jackass or Nitro Circus. And that's not saying that I don't like a bit of ridiculousness or appreciate a nice wheelie. I'm just an old fart, and I like old fart things. So, cater to your audience. Find out who your audience is. Find out who you are. Do things that you like, and your audience will follow along. It doesn't matter if you have a huge audience in that way anyway. Most of us are just doing this for fun. So if you can do things that appeal to your audience, then guess what? You're going to find people that are going to ride the same way that you do. You're going to find people who you can ride with, real friends in real life. Anyway, an inherent part of the content quality is the interval between uploads. Here is something that I have to say first. If you have over 20 subscribers, do not upload daily and never, ever multiple uploads in one day, unless you're just barely starting out and you're uploading a ton of videos with great searchable content to start your channel. In fact, when you're just starting out, it's probably a good idea to hold off on uploading anything until you have, 5, 10, 15, 20 good videos to share, searchable videos. And that way, when a potential subscriber rolls to your channel to check out your content, they don't leave because all they see is just one video. So for brand new YouTubers, make a bunch of videos on highly searchable topics and then upload all in a very short period of time. Now for those of you YouTubers who have a small audience, maybe 20, 50, 100 subscribers, don't spam the uploads. All but the very most loyal of subscribers seem to hate several uploads over short periods. And when you're just starting out with a small audience, those first 10, 50, 100 subscribers are your very best hopes of any kind of shares, likes, comments, or shout-outs even. And you don't want to turn them off of your channel early by uploading everything that you record. Now here's the thing. I've experimented with massive uploads twice. Once when uploading the Utah Backcountry Discovery Route series, or Utah BDR episodes, and another with the Dirt Cheap Adventure Motorcycling series. I called it DCAM, D-C-A-M. Here's what happened. The views piddled down with every day, and it kills momentum. I think YouTube hates this kind of thing. Here's just a little story. A while ago, I released a video called Why Ride a Motorcycle. You probably have seen it if you're subscribed to me. It went nuts. It made it to the front page of Reddit Motorcycles, and it was getting thousands of views per day and bringing in on some days over 100 subscribers a day. To me, that was like mind-blowing. After the craze, it continued to pull in, 20 to 80 subscribers a day for a while I released kind of my regular content. Now, a while later, I released the DCAM series, which was pretty raw, but meant to help people find good deals on motorcycling. I thought it'd be a hit. I meant well with it, just as I mean well with this series, but momentum came to a standstill when I uploaded all those videos in quick succession. I went from the fantastic success of 20 to 80 subscribers easy in a day from the Why Ride a Motorcycle video, clear down to like 2 to 3 subscribers per day after that DCAM playlist. Another thing, once the DCAM playlist was up and YouTube probably noticed that it was doing awful, I stopped getting views on the Why Ride video, which was the one bringing in the subscribers. So that's right, YouTube stopped recommending a video that had great hopes of going viral because my later content was stale. Now since the DCAM series, the Why I Ride video has been stagnant at about 80,000 views. It's had about 3,000 views over the course of maybe 6 months. What once was the subscriber factory juggernaut of my channel, getting thousands of views and up to hundreds of subscribers a day, it became a non-event. And that's not because the Why Ride video became unappealing to people or because it became a bad video. It's because the content I released after the Why Ride a Motorcycle video was not appealing as I thought it would be. I would not be surprised if this playlist kind of did the same thing to my views and subscribers. causing a negative effect. But so far the growth has been pretty consistent, so I'm happy. But even if it does jack up my channel's analytics, like the DCAM or the Utah BDR series, this is information that I want to share anyway. Anyway, it seems that your audience becomes disinterested, the views drop, and I think YouTube takes this into account when recommending videos to other channels. If your latest video is getting a lot of views, even if it's a month old, your channel will get more recommendations from YouTube robots. If your most recent videos have little views and little interest, then YouTube stops recommending your channel and your good videos because your latest content was not intriguing to the average viewer. It only makes sense that one video with 5,000 views will bring in more AdSense revenue, more subscribers, and more shares than 100 videos with 50 views apiece. Also, if you have the good fortune to go viral with a video or get a huge shout out or find some kind of epic success with a one-hit wonder, make sure that the next video you produce is as good as you can possibly make it. If you're riding a wave of a ton of new viewers and you release a total crap video, they're gone. And they may not unsubscribe, but they're not going to come back or care when you upload your videos unless your quality is consistently good. You might be thinking, like, oh, Master Yoda, all of my content is good content. And no, it's not. It's crap, Luke. My footage is crap. I trash probably 99% of what I shoot because it sucks, and most of the stuff that I upload is still pretty crappy. The footage that you see here is garbage, I think. I mean, it was a fun ride, and it's something to look at while I do this voiceover, but realistically, it's garbage. And you might even notice that the engine noises are dubbed in sometimes in the background because I forgot to turn on my mic for this vlog. But that's okay, though, because hopefully you're sticking around through this huge series because the content is relevant and it's useful to you. Everybody makes crap footage. It can't all be Da Vinci's Mona Lisa, or did he even paint that? Can't even remember. Is it? I don't know. In fact, I recently deleted an entire terabyte of footage. That's 720p. So here's a litmus test to perform. How do you know if your content is good? Record it, then sit on it for a week and rewatch the whole thing raw. If it makes you want to get out and ride, then you got a winner. If you feel nothing or you're bored, cut out any exciting or scenic bits for the for later bin and trash the rest. A mistake that I still make, and it actually really, really hurts new motovloggers, is really long videos, rambling videos. Now, I do long rambling videos. This is a long video, but the content is very specific, and hopefully you find it useful. Maybe you found this video by searching for tips on motovlogging. But truthfully, I think really long content kills momentum. Let's be really, really honest here. My personal time for watching YouTube videos happens from, anywhere from 7 o'clock to 7:10 a.m. I just woke up, I'm about to take a shower, I'm sitting down, usually maybe straining a little. It should tell you what I'm doing. I won't even consider watching a video over 10 minutes because I don't want to blow an O-ring. It doesn't matter if the video features my favorite motovlogger, it has the best thumbnail image, or the most captivating title in the world. I just don't have time. If I click on that video and find that it's over 10 minutes, I'll have to look something shorter to watch. I have to. I just don't have the time. Later in the day, if I have some time, I might scope out a few other videos, even if they are longer. So what does that do to your video in the eyes of those omnipotent Google robots? They see a person like me, a long-term subscriber who faithfully watches your videos. I come in, I click into the video, and then I abandon the video within the first 10 seconds. Now that is not good for your analytics. It's not good for your channel when faithful subscribers come, wait for 10 seconds, and then click away because it's just too long. Say you've got 1,000 faithful subscribers, and all 1,000 click onto your video very quickly, right after you release it, then 980 abandon the video because they see the time code and don't have time. They might come back later, but that initial dropout has to hurt. Now here's something that's huge to consider. YouTube is ranking our videos now by minutes watched. If you can keep people captivated for an entire hour, then by all means release videos that last an hour. Hopefully you're sticking around on these ridiculously long videos in this series. I hope the information I give is worth the time you spend, and honestly, I'm grateful that you stick around. Anyway, if somebody checks out your video, even if they love your regular content and they see that it's too long and they back out within the first minute, that's not only going to hurt your rankings in search and recommended videos, which is imperative when you're first starting out, but it gets your faithful YouTubers, your faithful watchers, into a habit of bailing on your videos early. Not a good habit to be in. You want people to be engaged for the full time every time you release anything. So, you might have a lot of views, but make sure to check out the analytics and see how long people are actually watching for. The first time that I did this, I was heartbroken. You know, I was getting plenty of views, but people were only staying around for 10% of my stuff. If people are getting bored enough to leave before they get through 11% of my videos, then I need to rethink what I'm doing, because even if they stay subscribed, what are the odds they'll click on the next video I release? You know, I don't want to be known as the boring guy that somebody subscribed to out of charity or, you know, got amped up about for a great video, then all of my other productions are boring crap. I feel like I've done that too many times, especially after I released Why Ride a Motorcycle. I think back to, you know, my Utah BDR series, or even Trail Tales, or even this series, and I think about what I'm asking viewers to do. Spend 15, 20, even 30 minutes to watch a video and listen to somebody you don't know. To get views and new subscribers, a short video with a very descriptive title is much better. You know, put yourself into the shoes of a viewer. When you search YouTube, do you search for strangers who ramble about stuff or tell personal stories? Or do you want to see this certain type of motorcycle, or a crash, or a wheelie, or a how-to, or something else that's very specific? For new motovloggers, remember that people probably aren't finding you from recommended videos or shares or shoutouts. So your views are going to have to come from organic searches, and we'll get into that in a later video. So if you've got, you know, 50 minutes of motovlogging footage where you crash at the end, scrap the motovlog and cut it down to 2 or 3 minutes. Show the log crossings, the river crossings, the scenic stuff, and then the crash. And then title it, you know, XR650 Crash on the Trail or something like that, and watch the views pour in. You know, even if it's 100, 200 views, that's still great for a brand new channel. Now, if you title your video Crash on the Trail, and then it's a 50-minute long motovlog with a crash buried in the middle, people won't last past the first 30 seconds before they start scrubbing through the video trying to find the crash. That's what they most likely came to see if they're not already subscribed. You know, I know it sucks. That's just how it is. When you start out, you have to get those organic views. And even long-term people in the community, we still have to get organic views. There comes a point where shoutouts just don't do anything anymore, because everybody already knows who eveRide is. Everybody already knows who Ride Victoria is. Everybody knows who Accidental Broadcast is. But, you know, they've already decided, yeah, I don't like that guy's stuff. So if we want new views, we're going to have to get them from organic searches. So that means, you know, especially short-term YouTubers, but even long-term, more established YouTubers have to get organic views. We have to keep bringing new people into the genre, which is good for the whole genre. You know, people just aren't going to click on the 30-minute video titled My Commute Rant, which I've actually made before and promptly took down. If you have a really interesting motovlog topic, add in the most interesting or funny bits of your dialogue, dub over it with the exciting stuff, then show the crash. If you hit the sweet spot, the viewers saw what they came for, they enjoyed the extra stuff, and you might net another subscriber who is now just a bit more used to the extremely weird motovlogging format, and who will stick around for some of your longer goodies later. And when you upload a video, think of what it was that made you find somebody, what made you subscribe to that person. Now, if they see this amazing little clip and they check out your channel, and then all they see are huge videos with rambling, then you're going to be hurting. That's why I think I saw such a sharp decline in interest when I upload the backcountry discovery route videos. Even though they were awesome to me, it was a great adventure. With the Utah BDR series, even when I uploaded some really good proto vlogs during that time, the momentum wasn't there. And that's why, again, every video you upload needs to be your absolute best. And sticking to an upload schedule will force you to use only your best. If you're only uploading once or twice a week, and 10 minutes max for each of those uploads, then you're going to have to do a lot of editing and cutting. All that will be left will be tears, sweat, and your very best content. and a lot of subscribers for it. So you also need to think about who you're competing against, what you're competing against. Go ahead, you should never do this on your video, but go ahead right now and look at the sidebar for this video. If it's full screen, unfull screen it, look at the sidebar. Check out what else is competing for your attention. Even while you're watching this video, thumbnails for other videos are huge distractors. You know, you might click on the raging guy, you might click on the gorgeous girl with the super huge hoodies, you might click the fail compilation, or there's always that freaking cute kitten that appears with the sole purpose of stealing viewers' interest and making them watch addictive kitten videos for the next 3 hours. You know, just take a minute to check out those videos on the sidebar. They're all tempting, right? YouTube knows this. They do that because they want you to stay on YouTube. Now think of your videos. If you lose somebody's interest, even for a few seconds, the same thing will happen to you. But here's an easy way to get rid of those other thumbnails. It's simple. Just ask your audience to watch it in full screen. If it works, then bam! You know, if they accept, there's no other distractions on the screen. And at the end of your video, when they want to watch something else on the topic, you show them a nice end card or outro that features, you know, another one of your videos or a playlist you made, and presto. If you can keep a person's interest through the entire video, you're golden. You know, making an annotation or a little reminder to make it full screen will boost that likelihood. Go ahead and create a little image to post in all of your videos to remind people to watch it in full screen. So anyway, why don't you go ahead and hit the like button? Trust me, you guys, this is part of my research on the channel building stuff, and here is the truth. Likes supposedly only really matter in the first week of your video being live, and after that, it's mostly based on audience retention, how far and wide YouTube will spread your video. So also, besides liking it, if you're not already, subscribe and favorite it and share it and give your screen a big fat hug for me, because I've also heard that that's good for analytics. So go ahead, hug it. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Now stay tuned for uploads next Monday for the next tip, which is about that ever important upload schedule that nearly all huge YouTubers will swear by. Much love, you guys.